folks, this is Caesar from NRK Academy. Now I'm going to teach you a poem from Junior Intermediate English. The name of the poem is Anecdote for Fathers, written by the nature poet of English literature, William Wordsworth. Now I would start with the poem. I have a boy of 5 years old. His face is fair and fresh to see. His limbs are cast in beauty's mold, and dearly he loves me. Here the narrator is a father. He is talking about his son, whose age is 5, and his face is fresh and fair to see. He looks so handsome, and he is very attractive, and he has a beautiful mold of physique, a very attractive child. And he is an apple eye for his father, and dearly he loves his father. This is the meaning of the first 4 lines. One morn is a short form of morning. We strolled on our dry walk. Stroll, a leisurely walk. One fine morning, this boy and his father had a leisurely walk. Our quiet house, all full in view, and held such intermittent talk as we are wont to do. So we had a very pleasant talk while walking in the morning. So our home, quite full in view. The home where they were staying, it was full in view, and held such intermittent talk as we are wont to do. So we had a talk, an intermittent talk. So we talked like as if we would never talk again. Such intermittent talk we had then. My thoughts on former pleasures ran. I thought of Kilve's delightful shore. As we are talking about the pleasant place, suddenly our thoughts ran back to our place where we were staying earlier. The name of the place is Kilve. My pleasant home when spring began a long year before. During the season spring, how the home, the house at Kilve, the entire vicinity of that home, and nature's pleasantness and landscapes, everything, the entire topography suddenly struck in his mind. A day it was when I could bear to think and think again, when so much happiness to spare, I could not feel a pain. When I was in despair, when I was in emotional vicissitudes, a very small thought of Kilve could make me very happy, and it can refresh all my sadness. And the pleasant thoughts around Kilve can make me feel refreshed, and it gives me a fresh feeling in my heart. My boy was by my side, so slim and graceful in his rustic dress, and oftentimes I talked to him in very idleness. Whenever I am in idleness, I generally tend to talk to my beloved son. Whenever I talk to him, I get energy, and I overcome all sorts of emotional perturbations. I feel refreshed. The young lambs ran a pretty race. The morning sun shone bright and warm. Kilve, said I, was a pleasant place, and so is Lisbon form. While we were talking, I said, Kilve is at par with Lisbon. So what all Kilve has, same is with Lisbon. There is no much difference between the climatic beauty, the beauty of landscapes, the beauty of the topography. They are at par with each other. Said I. I did not understand how the response would be from my son. So that was the case when the father was talking about Kilve while they were having an intermittent talk during their dry walk in the early morning. My little boy, which like you more, I said, and took him by the arm. Our home by Kilve's delightful shore or hear it in listen form. As a father, I have to know my son's feelings, whether he is happy or not. So I made a question: which place would you like more, whether kill or listen? And tell me, had you rather be? And tell me, if you had a chance, where would you be? Please tell me. I made a request. I sat and held him by the arm. Right. So, while telling all this, I took him by my arm, softly, gently, affectionately. At Kil's smooth shore by the green sea, or here at Lisbon Farm, there is a beautiful green sea with a beautiful shore at Kil. So, would you like that smooth shore or hear it Lisbon Farm? Now, little Edward, say why so? My little Edward, tell me why. I can't tell, I do not know. Why this is strange, said I. So, number of times the father made this question. Tell me, where would you rather be? My little Edward, tell me why. Why are you so sad? Tell me the reason for your sadness. For that, he said, I don't know why this is strange. The boy felt Lisbon as a strange place, as if he has never been to. For here are woods and green hills warm. There surely must some reason be. Here also there are green woods. There must some reason be in your mind. What is that? As a father, I want to know. Please tell me, Edward. The father made this request. Why would you change sweet Lisbon Farm for Kil by the green sea? Why do you compare the nature, climatic beauty of Kil to Lisbon? How come you make a kind of discrepancy between the climatic beauty of Kil and the pleasantness of Lisbon? At this, my boy hung down his head. For this question, he kept down his head. He blushed with shame, not made reply. He was very much uncomfortable by my continuous series of questions, and he held down his head and couldn't give any reply. And 5 times to the child I said, why, Edward? Tell me why. 5 times the father made this question. Why? Tell me, Edward, why? His head he raised. There was insight, it caught his eye. He saw it plain upon the housetop, glittering bright, a broad and gilded vane. He raised his head. There was insight, it caught his eye. So, the beauty of Kil is uncomparable. The boy felt himself as a part and parcel of nature at Kil, unlike at Lisbon Farm. So, he had a kind of detachment here. So, there was no detachment, only attachment with nature in his daily living. The father has failed to understand his association with nature at Kil. Wordsworth, as a nature poet, he sees the life of humans in harness to nature. Nature and man are 2 sides of a coin. So, the child's involvement, the child's intimacy with nature is highlighted by Wordsworth in these 4 lines. Wordsworth brought out the child's knowledge of learning certain lacunas from nature. And Wordsworth says nature is the best teacher. In Wordsworth's poetry, we see powerful emotions, powerful feelings flowing like a gush of water. And for Wordsworth says, poetry is a spontaneous overflow of feelings or emotions recollected in tranquility. Poetry comes out when we feel the peace of emotions in our heart of heart, then only poetry seems natural. Poetry becomes quite apparent, serene, and appealing in our emotions. Then did the boy his tongue unlock, and thus to me he made reply. And finally, by these incessant questions, by putting questions incessantly, he unlocked his tongue, he opened up his mouth. At Kill, there was no weathercock, and that is the reason why. Weathercock is a device which shows wind's direction, and it is shaped like a rooster. There was no weathercock at Kill. So the boy has a sound association with nature at Kill, where in which he doesn't feel the same emotion at Lisbon. Unlike elders, thoughts, small kids, they understand, they have keen rationalism in judging, justifying different stratums of changes, hidden, sometimes apparent in nature. Oh dearest, dearest boy, my heart for better lore would seldom yearn, could I but teach the 100th part of what from thee I learn. Oh dearest, dearest boy. And this father has never expected this kind of answer from his son. He said, oh dearest, dearest boy, my heart for better lore would seldom yearn. Even my heart has a kind of yawning. My heart longs for the same sensitivity, the same sort of sensibility, the same kind of keenness like what you have. The word lore gives the meaning traditional stories. Stories sprang out from traditional literature and traditional life. Even my heart longs for such stories, such interesting aspects of life. Could I but teach the 100th part of what from you I learn, from thee I learn. Thee in Old English refers to you in modern English. Could I? The father is requesting his son. There is no difference of age in this sentence. So could I, if you permit me to learn, if you give me a chance, if you bless me with a chance, I am ready to learn as a kid from you. Here, the old adage maxim of Wordsworth comes into light. Child is the father of man. This is a famous adage given by William Wordsworth. I am ready to learn the 100th part of knowledge, wisdom, what you have. If you are interested, if you have the propensity to teach me. So the father is beseeching solemnly, gently, humbly, with a docile mindset. If you can teach me the 100th part of your lore, knowledge, wisdom, I am blessed to learn from you. The greatest nature poet in English literature, William Wordsworth, powerfully gives the insight. He cites this story as an anecdote to all fathers across the globe. Even certain things can't be understood. We have to read them between the lines. So Anecdote, the very title of the poem, Anecdote, a short, interesting story with a message to all parents, to all fathers. So the name of the poem itself is a kind of suggestion, plea to all fathers, anecdote to all fathers, a story which must be read, a poem which must be understood by each and every father, is given as a kind of plea to all people across the world. So we must enjoy this poem. I feel it as a privilege to share the wisdom of Wordsworth with you all. Thank you so much.